Hey everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favorite mango from outer space. I hope you're all doing well today. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Muldrotha, the Gravetide, a very cool and popular commander who loves graveyard recursion. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a budget pickup guide for Muldrotha, the Gravetide, to help you build this commander on the cheap. Okay, let's get into the list. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I'm going to start off with showing you what Muldrotha does. So Muldrotha the Gravetide is a legendary elemental avatar that costs 1 black, 1 green, 1 blue, and 3 colorless mana to cast. The card says the following. During each of your turns, you may play up to 1 permanent card of each permanent type from your graveyard. If a card has multiple permanent types, choose one as you play it. So Muldrotha is very cool, as it easily allows us to recur cards from our graveyard to the battlefield. Muldrotha even allows us to play lands from our graveyards, meaning we can keep choosing our fetch lands, sacrificing them, thinning out our deck of lands, and playing them over and over again from Muldrotha. Muldrotha also has 6 power and 6 toughness, which isn't too bad, you know. She can hit pretty hard. She gives us access to blue, black and green, which are most probably the 3 strongest colors in Commander, so we have access to loads of fantastic cards in the format. I think Muldrotha shines in decks where you're trying to self-mill your library into the graveyard, as when she is on the battlefield, those cards you milled become easily accessible. So that's the basics on what Muldrotha does and how you should play her. Now let's get into the budget pickup guide. Let's start up with the instant and sorceries. Grisly Salvage, an instant spell that costs 1 green and 1 black mana to cast, which says the following. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature or land card from among them into your hand, put the rest into your graveyard. This card is going to help us do exactly what we want Muldrotha decks to do, and that is to get cards into our graveyard, so we can cast them later. It's at instant speed as well, so it's very, very handy card. You can buy this card for around 60 cents. Unmarked Grave, a sorcery spell that costs 1 black and 1 colorless mana to cast. It says the following. Search your library for a non-legendary card, put that card into your graveyard, then shuffle. Gosh, I love this card. It can do so many cool things in a Muldrotha deck. Use this card to find a non-legendary card you'd like from your library, throw it into your graveyard. Having your Muldrotha means you can play it if it's a permanent spell, like a creature for example, and you do all of this for just 2 mana. It's a great card that you can buy for just $2.20. It's definitely worth picking this one up. Victimize, a sorcery spell that costs 1 black and 2 colorless mana to cast. It says the following. Choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard, sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. So you get to easily bring back 2 creatures tapped for the price of 1 creature. And guess what? If we are playing Muldrotha, we can then recast the sacrifice creature later on. Great card for reanimation decks. You can pick this card up for around 60 cents. Final Parting, a sorcery spell that costs 2 black mana and 3 colorless mana to cast. It says the following. Search your library for 2 cards, put one into your hand and the other into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. This card is fantastic in Muldrotha, as you can easily get back the card you've put in your graveyard. You can buy this card for around 90 cents. Now, let's move on to the next stage of the video. Let's discuss the creatures I recommend for a Muldrotha deck that you can also buy on a budget. Kaha Shadow Archdruid is a legendary creature, elf druid, that costs 1 black and 1 green and 2 colorless mana to cast. It says the following. Whenever Kaha Shadow Archdruid attacks, it gains Death Touch until the end of turn. Mill 2 cards. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Once during each of your turns, you may play a land or cast a permanent spell from among the cards in your graveyard that will put there from the library this turn. So this card is very handy in Muldrotha. I see it almost as a mini version of Muldrotha, as what it does is very similar overall. It combos massively with our commander, and it's definitely worth running this card. You can buy it for just 25 cents, so why not pick one up? Eternal Witness, a creature human shaman that costs 2 green and 1 colorless mana to cast. It says the following. When Eternal Witness enters the battlefield, you may return target card from your graveyard to your hand. This card is just solid. It comes in for just 3 mana and lets us pick up any card from our graveyard and put it into our hand. It's a great solid card for Muldrotha decks. You can buy this card for around $1.40. Muldrotha, an elemental creature that costs 1 blue and 4 colorless mana to cast. It says the following: flying, Muldrotha enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards, evoke 2 colorless, 1 blue. So the idea is you're going to play this initially for its evoke cost for just 3 mana, draw 2 cards, nice. Then it goes to your graveyard, where Muldrotha can help us replay this card over and over again to draw cards from the top of our libraries. You can buy this card for around 25 cents. Ravenous Chupacabra, a beast horror that costs 2 black and 2 colorless mana to cast. It says the following: when Ravenous Chupacabra enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls. A great budget removal that also gives us a 2/2 body. There's a lot of good value here. It's strong and efficient. If you're playing a graveyard recursion deck and find ways to loop this guy in and out of the battlefield, you're gonna be having a good time. And guess what? We have Muldrotha, so we can loop this guy pretty easily. You can buy this card for just 59 cents. Now, let's discuss the enchantments. Seal of Primordium, a green enchantment spell that costs 1 green and 1 colorless mana to cast. It says the following: sacrifice Seal of Primordium, destroy target artifact or enchantment. This card is fantastic in Muldrotha as we keep bringing it back each turn. Then we sack it and destroy an artifact or enchantment targeted opponent controls. Solid card. You can pick this up for around 25 cents. Kaya's Ghostform, an enchantment spell that costs 1 black mana to cast. It says the following: enchant creature or planeswalker you control. When enchanted permanent dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control. So this card is going to be used to protect Muldrotha. Cast it for just 1 black mana, and we can protect our Muldrotha from the next time it dies or is being exiled, as she will come back to the battlefield under our control. The card is crazy efficient, and when it goes to the graveyard, we can use Muldrotha on our turns to replay it, cast it onto the Muldrotha, and just keep this protection going. It's superb. You can buy this card for around 79 cents. Secrets of the Dead, an enchantment spell that costs 1 blue and 2 colorless mana. It says the following: whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, draw a card. Nice and simple. Combos very well with our commander Muldrotha, as whenever we cast a spell with Muldrotha's ability, Secrets of the Dead will trigger, netting us a free card. Nice, easy card draw. You can buy this card for 25 cents, so pick it up. It's great for Muldrotha decks. So that's the enchantments. Now let's move on to the last part of the videos, artifacts. We have 1 artifact today, and it is Perpetual Timepiece. An artifact spell that costs 2 colorless mana to cast. It says the following: tap, mill 2 cards. For 2 mana, exile Perpetual Timepiece, shuffle any number of target cards from your graveyard into your library. We're going to be mainly using the first ability and milling cards from our library. It feels like free card draw, as Muldrotha lets us play the cards in our graveyards, so this card can do fantastic things and really help propel us forward to victory. You can buy this cool card for around 60 cents. So yes, I hope you enjoyed my list. Muldrotha certainly is a fantastic commander. Please leave a comment on what you think of the cards I've chosen. It's always fun to chat with you in the comments. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, then you are a legend, my friend. Comment the word mango in the comment section so I know who you are. Bye bye everyone, have a great day. Cheers for watching.